How are you? How are you?
Good, thank you.
Where you come from?
America,
America. Which state?
California.
California. North or south?
I was born in Los Angeles, but I've been living in Las Vegas for 17 years.
17 years.
And then we come here now. And we stay in Bangkok.
You've been practicing meditation?
I'm starting to do with this. So I'm trying.
Have you seen my books in English yet?
I have not.
Okay. I have books in English over there on the other building. You can pick them up as when you go back. Okay. How long you been in Thailand?
Now, 7 เดือนครับ
7 months 7 เดือน You plan to stay long term?
Yes. I've been coming to Thailand for 18 years.
18 years. You've been coming here for 18 years.
Yes, for my wife
Your
and
wife.
her family.
We have a guy from Las Vegas who follows us on the live broadcast. Sometimes he send in hello, or sometimes he send in some questions. His name is Tony Romeo or something like Tony.
I speak English very well.
Yes, I went to Fresno State College.
Where?
Fresno, north of Los Angeles.
Oh, Fresno.
Yeah, Fresno.
I know Fresno.
Fresno State College.
Near Sequoia National Park.
Yeah, Yosemite.
Yes.
Yosemite. Used to go work up there during the weekend as a busboy, dishwasher. You earn extra money. In the summer, I used to work in LA also. You know the Greek theater? The Greek theater in Griffith Park.
Oh, yes, yes.
Yeah, there's a theater there, open air theater. Used to work there as an usher.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow. Very
Summer job.
good.
Summer job. It was a long time ago, 1967. Were you born yet?
Before she was born. Before
67.
68. I was born in 61.
61. So you were about 6 years old.
Yeah.
I was about 20. I was about 20.
Well, you look good, Ajahn.
Because I don't have to work. Don't have to worry about anything.
Yes.
If you can meditate, then you really don't need to have much. Because meditation will make you happy, make you fulfill. So you don't need to have money.
I believe that.
You don't have to have a family.
I
You
believe
don't
that.
have no material thing. Once you can meditate, you can make your mind satisfied. So you don't need to have anything to satisfy you. But if you don't know how to meditate, then you need things to make you satisfied. But things that make you satisfied also make you sick, make you sad, make you depressed when you lose them. So there's an upside and downside toward material things or people. They can make you happy and they can also make you sad because they are not constant. They're in perpetual motion. They're constantly changing. Sometimes they're good, sometimes they're not good. When they're good, they make you happy. When they're not good, they make you sad. Because you rely on them to make you happy. But if you can meditate, then you can rely on yourself to make you happy. Once you can make yourself happy, then you don't need to have anything to make you happy. So that's what the Buddha had discovered. The happiness that you can have within yourself. The supreme happiness. The happiness of Nibbana, Nirvana. Nirvana is actually a state of mind. A mind that is totally peaceful with itself. It can only be peaceful when it can get rid of all the cravings inside the mind. Craving, lust, greed, hatred. This you can achieve by practicing meditation. When you meditate, you concentrate your mind on one object, such as your breathing, your breath. Or you can concentrate on a mantra, like the name of the Buddha, Bhutto, Bhutto. If you can continue with your concentration on your meditation object, then your mind will stop thinking. Once your mind stops thinking, it cannot have any cravings. Your craving has to rely on your thoughts. You have to think of something first before you can crave for them. If you don't think of them, then you don't have to crave for them. So that's the key to your spiritual or mental happiness. To stop thinking, to stop craving, stop lusting, stop desiring. And you need your mindfulness to be able to stop your thoughts. Mindfulness on one object. Being mindful of one thing. And not let your mind go thinking about other things. Like your mantra. If you don't like mantra, if you're sitting in meditation, you concentrate on your breath. In and out breath. If you persist on focusing your attention on the breath, your mind will stop thinking and it will become peaceful and calm eventually. Then your mind will become happy. Then you don't need to have anything to make you happy. And all you have to do is master this meditation practice. Because once you have mastered it, you can always have calm, you can have peacefulness, you can always have happiness all the time. Yeah. So this is what we try to do here. Try to meditate, try to calm the mind. Try to get rid of our cravings, our desire, our greed, our lust. Once there is no craving, greed, lust, then there will be peace and happiness, fulfillment, satisfaction.
How long do you meditate every day?
Ideally, every day and 24 hours, except when you're sleeping. In your waking hours, you meditate. There are two types of meditation. The first one we call developing mindfulness. When you're not sitting, when you are doing something, then you be mindful of what you do. Concentrate or focus on what you do. So you cannot go think about other things. If you go think about other things, it means you're not mindful with what you are doing. But if you are only mindful with what you are doing, then you cannot go think about other things. So this is the first step to develop mindfulness, because you need a strong mindfulness to concentrate on your meditation object when you sit. When you sit, if you have strong mindfulness, then you can focus on your breath. your in and out breath without thinking about other things. And if you can do this, then your mind will slowly, gradually enter into calm and eventually become still. No thought, no action, no mental action. When you have reached that point, you have found the real happiness there. The kind of happiness that far better than any other kind of happiness that you can get from anything in this world. Then you don't have to need anything to make you happy.
You suggest maybe like 1 hour every day? Or
Oh no, all day, no. From the time you get up to the time you go to sleep.
I suppose I mean like sitting down quietly.
I know, as soon as you have nothing else to do, sit. You only do minimum work, maintaining your body. Like monks, we don't have any other work apart from just maintaining the body. Like in the morning we go out to collect food, and once we come back to the temple, we share and eat the food. After we finish eating, we clean up, then we come back to our living quarter and meditate, walking and sitting alternatively. Sitting, after you sit and you become tired, or you have ache and pain in your body, then you get up and walk until you feel tired, then you sit. While you walk, you also meditate. We call walking meditation. You still keep focusing your mind on one object, such as your body. When you walk, you concentrate on your feet. When you move your feet left and right, just focus on that. Without the breath, you don't have to worry about the breath if you walk, because the breath is difficult to watch when you're walking. You only watch the breath when you sit. If you're not sitting, then you watch your body. Either when you're walking, you watch your feet. If you're doing something like cleaning, washing your body, brushing your teeth, you just focus on what you do at that moment. This is called mindfulness. It's a form of meditation also. So you do meditation all the time. The word meditation here is to control your thoughts, not allowing your thought to think freely like it used to. You only let it think what you have to think. If you have to do some work, then you have to use your thought on that work, then you can think about it. But you don't want to go think about other things. Just keep focusing, just keep controlling your thoughts. Because if you have this strong ability to control your thoughts, when you sit, you can keep your thoughts away from your mind. And you can concentrate on your breath. And then your mind will then become peaceful and calm. When it becomes still, you don't have to do anything. Just let it be still for as long as possible. And then afterwards, it will withdraw from that state of stillness and start to think. And then you might want to get up. Then you start to do mindfulness again. Keep doing this until you will have the time to come back and sit and then watch your breath again. You want to do this first level of meditation we call meditation for calm, until you can sit for a long time and be still and happy at any time, anywhere. Once you have mastered this ability, then the next step is to go up to the next level of meditation we call insight meditation. You want to teach your mind to see the truth of life. Right now your mind is cloudy. It cannot see clearly. It doesn't see the truth of life. It see in a different light, not the truth. It sees the illusion of truth, not the truth. So you want to break that illusion and see the truth. Right now we see things as being permanent, as being good, as being belonging to us. But the truth is the opposite. Everything is not permanent. Everything doesn't make you happy. Everything will end up making you sad. Because their nature is to change, to disappear. It's impermanent. So you cannot claim everything to belong to yourself, because sooner or later it can leave you. And if you have attachment toward them, you will become sad. You will become depressed. But if you know the truth of everything, the true nature of all things, that they are all impermanent and they are bad for you, they make you sick, not good, they don't make you happy, they make you depressed, because they will leave you one day. And you cannot control them. You cannot say, this is I, this is myself or mine, because sooner or later they will disappear. So this is the next level. After you have come out of your meditation, instead of continuing with your mindfulness meditation, you switch to insight meditation. Teach your mind that everything that you see, hear, feel or touch are impermanent. They come and go, they rise and cease. You cannot tell them to be like this or be like that. Sometimes you can and sometimes you cannot. When you cannot tell them to do what you want them to do, then you become sad. You become unhappy. Like your body. You can control part of your body. You can tell it to get up, walk, run, do things. But sometimes you cannot tell them. You can tell them, but they won't follow. When you get sick, you tell the body to get up, and the body says, I cannot get up, because I'm sick. And you cannot tell the body not to get sick. You cannot tell the body not to get old. You cannot tell the body not to die. So this is something you have to learn to understand the true nature of the body and other things, that they are not under your control all the time. You have to learn to accept them for what they are. If you can accept them and don't try to change them, then you can be happy when they become something that you don't expect them to become, such as getting old, getting sick or die. Then you will not be hurt by your body or by other things that you come involved with, when you come in touch with, such as things you see, things you hear. They rise and cease, they come and go. You cannot control them all the time. Sometimes you can tell people to shut up, but sometimes you cannot. Sometimes they want to say something bad to you. You just have to endure it. But if you know that you cannot tell them to shut up, then you just stop trying. Just let them talk. And then eventually when they get tired, they will stop talking. But you have to have a strong and satisfied mind in order to be able to cope with everything that is beyond your control. So that's why you first need to develop calm meditation to make your mind peaceful, calm and satisfied. Once you have a satisfied mind, then you can cope with everything. You can cope with the good and the bad. You can cope with the rising and ceasing of things. You can take anything up or down. This is the ultimate goal of meditation practice, is to be able to cope with everything mentally. Your mind can always remain peaceful and calm, regardless of whatever happens to you, to your body, or to your friends, your family members, to anything that you think belongs to you. Because everything will have to come to a cessation one day. If you have a strong mindfulness, if you have a satisfied mind, and if you have the insight to the nature of these things, then you will not be hurt by them when they come to an end. Such as your body, my body, our body will one day have to come to an end. And your mind can be peaceful and undisturbed by this event if you know how to teach your mind to become calm and satisfied and to know ahead of the eventuality of the body, of what will happen to the body. Once you know, then you can prepare your mind for that eventuality. Once your mind is prepared, then your mind will not be sad, will not suffer. So this is the goal of our meditation practice, to make the mind always happy, whether living or dying. The mind, because the mind is not the body. See? The mind is the one who operates the body. The mind is like a puppeteer. The body is like a puppet. It is the mind that tells the body what to do. Before the body can move, the mind has to think first. Like if you want to get up, you have to think first. You want to get up, then you tell the body to get up. If you want to walk, your mind has to tell your body first. Walk, then the body then will walk. Everything that the body does rely on what depend on what the mind tells it to do. So the mind and the body are two separate entities. The mind is permanent, while the body is impermanent. The body has a period of existence, like 80, 90, 100 years. Then after that it will then dissolve back into the four elements. See, the body is made up of the four elements: the earth, the water, the wind, and the fire. They combine and form the 32 parts, such as the hair, the nail, the teeth, the skin, and all the other organs inside the body, like the skeleton, the heart, lungs, liver, kidneys, intestines, the brain, and all the fluid, blood. These are all made up from the four elements, combining to make a body, which lasts for a temporary period, not more than 100 years or 120 years to the maximum. Then after that, the body will dissolve like ice cream. You see ice cream when it melts? That's the same way with the body. Once the body dies, it will then melt like the ice cream. If you leave the body alone, it will eventually return to dust, return to the earth. All the fluid will separate from the body. So this is what you want to study, the true nature of things that you come involved with, such as your body and your possession, like your wealth, your status. Everything are all temporary. Sooner or later you will have to lose them. So in order to be able to lose them without being affected or hurt, you must not rely on them. And the way not to rely on them is to make your mind satisfied and happy. In order to make your mind satisfied and happy, you have to meditate all the time, from the time you get up to the time you go to sleep. And the best way to do this is to become a monk. Because once you become a monk, you don't have to go to work. then you will have all the time to meditate. See? Everything is provided for you. Your four living requisites of living, yeah, such as food, shelter, clothing, and medicine, are provided for you by the lay supporters. Then all you have to do is just meditate. And once you have achieved the result from your meditation, then you pay back the lay supporters by teaching them how to meditate. So this is how we pay back our due. Once we have mastered our meditation practice, then we teach to other people who are interested, such as you and people who come here every day. So this is basically what we try to do here. First we have to learn how to do it. Once you know how to do it, then you have to do it. Because the result doesn't happen by just learning. Learning is just like looking at a map. Once you know the route that you want to go, then you have to start moving. If you don't move, you don't go, then you will still be where you are. So once you know how to meditate, then you have to start meditating. When you start meditating, then you will start to get results from your meditation practice. Then eventually you will achieve your goal. That is to be able to teach your mind to let go of everything, to not rely on everything, because everything is impermanent. Everything doesn't belong to you all the time. Sooner or later they will leave you, or you will have to leave them. And when that comes, if you have a strong mind, you have satisfied mind, you have happiness inside your mind, then you don't feel bad because you don't need them. Because you can have happiness without having to rely on them to make you happy. Okay? So you can read my books later on. There's a few books in English. We put it out over there, and anybody who wants them can go pick it up. We have the Thai books here, but you cannot read them. So. Do you have any question you want to ask?
You've answered all of them.
Okay.
All the questions I was going to ask you.
So I will now speak in Thai for the benefit of our Thai supporters.